Hey, what's up, guys? Luke Prophet. Everything at your own risk. I'm not gonna just tell you advice and then be responsible for if you happen to be the freak accident that gets murdered and then you're screwed. But no, this is just my general advice on how to stay safe and how to know if a place is going to be safe or not to travel to. Now, you have to remember, by and large, most people all the time are safe going to wherever, even if you're traveling somewhere terrible and that is not safe at all, like Afghanistan or North Korea. By and large, most people that do it anyway and don't care are safe and fine and don't have issues. But obviously, in more dangerous places, you're going to have more dangerous stuff. So in general, the chance that something bad would happen to you is statistically unlikely. I have friends that are just like, screw it, they don't care at all, and they'll go literally wherever. I have a friend that's been to North Korea, and he made the first music video ever in North Korea. Not saying I'd recommend it, not saying I'd do it, but that's something to remember is that, when you're traveling, most people by and large don't die. Just because they're going somewhere dangerous doesn't mean you're going to die. That said, I don't risk it, and I try to stick with safer countries. So how can you do that? You can go to the travel advisory for the U.S. I'm assuming you're a U.S. citizen. Go to the U.S. Government travel advisory page. It's kind of crappy because it's a government website and everything government does is crappy. But they've got a map here that will show you. It's sort of color coded, so they got level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 4 is do not travel, and it includes places like North Korea and Afghanistan. And then you've got level 3, which is, more like, be careful. Level 2, which is like exercise, increase caution. And then level 1, which is like, yeah, it's safe. So here's the map, which breaks if you if you move it too much. So I'm gonna have to be a little careful. But you see, it's sort of color coded. I don't know, where do they show the levels here? Okay, yeah. So you can see here. So they've got normal white, which is where's yeah, white is fine. Normal precautions. So they're saying, yeah, U.S. and Canada. Just plain normal white. It's like, yeah, it's safe to travel here. White is, with stripes, is like, yeah, it's pretty much safe here. And then the closer to red it gets, the more dangerous. So red is do not travel. Uh, Orange is probably not the best idea. Maybe change your plans. And then this sort of stripy orange is like a little bit less dangerous, I believe, or is that between? No, I think the stripy orange is sort of between reconsider and don't travel at all. Um, so yeah, I would generally say try to stick in the white areas, and probably you'd be fine going to some of the yellow areas as well. Like I said, I have friends that go everywhere, but for me, I try to stick to the white stripies and yellows for the most part. So let's take a look here. Yeah, so if you come over here, notice, see what I mean about the site being screwy? See what I mean? See what I mean? It sucks. There we go. Okay, so notice here, in Southeast Asia, you've got right here, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam are all safe. And actually, it's looking like it's saying that Vietnam is the safest, which is kind of ironic because I had my friend when he went there got his phone stolen just right out of his hand, which was kind of weird. But also just bad luck. So anyway, but yeah, I lived in Thailand for, gosh, how long was it? Like, it was 3 months and then 2 months, I think. So I guess 5 months total. Um, Thailand's awesome. Definitely worth going to. Then you've got down here, a little bit more dangerous in Indonesia, but still super safe. They're showing it as stripy yellow, but still relatively safe. I think there are areas that can be more dangerous, and same thing with Thailand. Actually, there are areas that are more dangerous, but you can kind of look those up. So if you go to the travel advisory, and let me just type in Thailand. So they'll show you alerts if there are any alerts up here. And where is it? Safety and security. So, it's generally pretty safe. Not seeing it right here. I know somewhere on here it'll sort of tell you like what the problems can be. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Anyway, what I, at least when we were there in Thailand, what we had sort of found out was that, Phuket is good, but sort of the only place that there had been any kind of terrorism or anything in Thailand at all was one in Bangkok, the biggest city in Thailand, and two right sort of on the border, right with Malaysia here. But Phuket was safe, and pretty much all of it was safe. Just sort of, if you're OCD and concerned, the places to that anything had ever happened. This isn't regularly occurring, but the only places anything had ever happened were right here on the border with Malaysia, and then a little bit of stuff in Bangkok, just because it's the biggest city. Same kind of thing with the Philippines. Generally very safe, but there are a few kind of places where people get a little bit kidnap happy. So if you stay away from those places, you're fine. You just got to use common sense and do a little bit of research. But it's not, the thing that I always tell people to remember is when traveling, like, so you think to yourself as, an American, you're going to think to yourself, oh no, I don't want to travel there. I just heard, like my dad just told me the other day, "Oh man, I'm so glad that you're back from Indonesia. I heard that they killed 8 Americans this year or whatever." And it's like, yeah, that sucks, but also thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people go there all the time, and I was not in one of the dangerous areas. So for one, if you just, like imagine you're, whatever the total number of people that travel there. Imagine that, say it's, I don't know how many it is, but say 100,000 people travel there a year, and then out of those 100,000 people, you're in a room with 100,000 people, and then randomly 8 people die. Well, your odds are not very bad. It's not likely. And then on top of that, you can, even mitigate those risks by not going to dangerous areas. So, it's not really that huge of a risk. And you got to remember, you hear news, right? Like, oh no, the Philippines people with are getting shot in the streets, and or you hear the Americans are being kidnapped or whatever. But you got to remember, um, like people in the you hear that and you think, oh no, people are being shot, people are being kidnapped. Oh no, this is so dangerous. I don't want to go there. But then people in these third world countries that live there hear about America. Oh no, there was school shooting. Oh no, I'd never want to go to America. America's so dangerous. There, people are just dying all the time and getting shot. And it's like, no, that's kind of a freak thing that doesn't really happen. And so that's how it is. Like, I can say, after being to all these different places, like, I honestly feel way safer in Thailand than I feel even in America, which is kind of weird, and you wouldn't think that. But it's really the truth. It's people are in Southeast Asia, at least, people are super friendly and nice, and just I feel way safer in Thailand than I even do in America. So it's all news, and it's hard to sort of perceive things, because people on the other side of the world, they think that America and the US and everything is super dangerous, and people in America think the other part. It's just fear of the unknown and people being afraid about what they're not used to. And you get one bad piece of news and then think, oh no, it's so dangerous all the time, but it's not. It's fine for most people. So anyway, that's a little bit of information on how you can do some research. There's also a website. I don't remember how I found it, but it's like, let me just try searching, like, how safe to travel to, and see if there's like travelsafe.com. Is that it? Or is it safe.com? Nope. Is it safe? Let me try this guy. Thailand. Oh. Maybe this like cities. Phuket, Thailand. Is it safe to travel? Exercise. Okay, this isn't it. You can Google around though and find different things. There was a site I found before that would just sort of show and break down, like, this place is safe, but of the crime that there is, it's generally this kind of thing. And you can like sort of get like a more detailed kind of breakdown. Because I remember when I was looking at it, like Thailand was pretty safe, and the worst kind of crime would be maybe they'd like steal a little bit of your stuff or something. Like the worst case. Like I said, I haven't experienced that. I would literally leave my $1,000 new phone just on the beach. Like I literally left my phone on the beach, and then I went out into the water and was having a good time for an hour, came back, got my phone, and it was fine. Like people are, it's so safe in Thailand for the most part, but that's really the worst kind of thing that would happen was like people stealing from you for the most part, but then whereas over in like Belize and stuff, it said that there was a higher chance of getting mugged and stuff like that, and then have been some kind of like killings and things recently, but it's not against foreigners, it's just more the people against other of the people. It didn't really affect foreigners and stuff. So yeah, you want to do your research and just make sure that you feel safe with it, but really, I would say just don't be so afraid. Americans, that's one major thing I've learned from traveling, is that Americans are so scared about everything, and a lot of it's like I used to sort of think, well, it's like, it's it's good to be prepared and it's good to think this out, and like, yeah, that's true, but at the same time, if you're freaking out about and preparing for things that are very unlikely to happen, it's just a waste of time, and it's really you just being way more nervous and stressed out than you should be. So if you're too scared to travel, sorry, but it's fun, and it's not scary. And like I said, I feel way, way, way safer in Southeast Asia, Thailand particularly, than I do even at home in the U.S. So yeah, so that's how you can stay safe. Look up some stuff, as long as if it's yellow, I guess yellow stripy or less, you're probably fine. And you'd also want to kind of look up and see what areas are safe, and then just try to stay away from those other places that are less safe. Yeah, cool. I'll go in detail on some more of the places as well.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you're new to dropshipping and you're trying to figure out how to get started, I've got a full free set of training videos down there, link in the description. It goes over everything you need to know about how to get started making money online. And the average person following my method makes around $500 to $800 profit per month after expenses for each 1,000-item eBay store that they have set up and running. They're really not that hard to get started. If you've got any questions about anything dropshipping related, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link down there, as well as a link to a group that I started with hundreds of other dropshippers that you can join. I post new content on this channel every couple days, so go ahead and subscribe and click the notifications, and I'll see you back here with another video in a couple days.